What's that, everybody? It's your boy Creative back at it again. Go ahead, say it with me to create something great. Now, today I'm real excited what I have planned for you today. We're going to be creating an option trading bot, and we're going to be creating it with one of my strategies that I created it with you all like a couple of weeks ago, and I just forgot about it. It wasn't until I was going through some of my few old the files, and I was like, oh, okay, this tweezer candlestick pattern is here, and I was looking for the trading bot for it, and it wasn't here. So what we're going to be spending time today is actually building out the bot. We have the strategy, so I'm going to talk about the strategy as well, but the majority of the time we're going to be building out this option trading bot. So I'm going to be using Cursor. In addition to Cursor, we're going to be using ChatGPT. So I'm going to be bouncing back and forth and getting this done. So I'm super excited for you all to be here. Make sure you stay tuned throughout the whole video because I have a couple of edge items that I'm going to be adding to the bot, and I'm really excited for you all to see this. Let's go ahead and jump in. So what I'm going to be doing, again, I'm using ChatGPT to be able to flush out the, not necessarily flush it out, but build the context, right? So we all understand what we're doing and how we're moving through it. So what I'm going to say is, can you explain what candlesticks are for option and stocks and how they work? All right, beautiful. So let's go ahead and break this down. If you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to go ahead and drop them in the comment while we're working through this. Again, my name is Creative if you do have any questions. So let's go ahead and keep going. Candlesticks are a way to see what's happening within the stock price. It's like a mini story for each period, and the periods could be 1 minute, 5 minute, or 1 day, etc. Each candlestick shows 4 things within that period. One, an open, right? The price where the candlestick started. The stock started at $100. The close, the price where the candle ended, it ended at 105, right? So that delta is $5. The high, this is the highest price the candle reached. It went up to 107. And the low, this is the lowest price that the candle dropped to, and it dropped to 99 in this example. So here's a different couple makeups, anatomy of the actual candlesticks. The body, this is the thickest part. This shows the price open and the close. The wicks, these are the thin lines above and below the candlesticks, and this shows us the high and the low. If it is a green candle, it means that the price went up and it closed higher than it opened. All right, I'm going to show you a few examples too. So here at Creative Coder, we do different coding projects, whether it's algo trading. I've been stuck on that for the past couple of weeks, and it's been advantageous, right? AI agents, machine learning. So I've only been trading, I've only been coding, I would say, since April of this year. So it's 6-7 months, right? Depending on how you count it. And I've only been streaming my journey here for the past couple of weeks. So I'm completely new to this. So I'm really excited for you all to be able just to see my journey and view my coding sessions, right? It's not to say that it's all perfect, but what I want to do is be able to demystify some of the aspects, not only when it comes to option trading, right, but also when it comes to being able to code. And I'm not to say I know everything, but what I will say is that I'm excited for you all to be able to see the process. So let's keep going. All right, so green equals the buyers are in control, or it's going to be bullish, right? Or red equals the sellers are in control, is going to be bearish. So candlesticks shows us how the traders feel. Candlestick shows us how the traders feel. Sorry, the volume just went off for a second there. There's fear, greed, momentum, all in one look, right? Traders use patterns of candlestick to guess what may happen next. For an example, we may have a hammer. This is a thin body, long wicks. Buyers fought back, the price might go up. A shooting star, a thin body, tiny body, long upper wick, sellers push down, the price might drop. A doji, the open and the close equal to each other. We have indecision in the market. So when trading options, these patterns help you decide when to buy calls or puts. You might buy a call, you want to bet that the price might go up after a strong green candle, or you might want to buy a put, right? Bet that the price might go down after a strong red candle. So here's an example. Let's say we're watching Apple, right, on a 5-minute chart, and the first candle opened at 190 and it closed at 192, green. So that shows us that the buyers are in control. So we may get a call option here. The next candle opens at 192, closes at 188. The sellers took over. The flip from the green to the red shows a reversal, telling us that, okay, telling the option trader that, maybe short-term uptrend is ending and it's time for puts, right? So Now I want to bring in our candlestick pattern that we're going to be using. Can you explain how the tweezers top and bottom work, and explain like 12 and provide example using SPY? And SPY is the S&P 500. It is the top 500 companies within the New York Stock Exchange. It's an ETF, right? So it's an exchange traded fund. So SPY allows us to be invested in 500 different companies, because an ETF, so think about an ETF as a quilt, right? And each patch within a quilt represents a different company. So we have 500 different companies within SPY, the S&P 500. And here's some of the top holdings. We have NVIDIA, we have Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. This is Google, right? I don't know why they call it Alphabet, hey, but they just do. So that's Google. This is Broadcom. This is Facebook. This is YouTube. I was serendipitous. This is YouTube. This is Tesla, and this is Berkshire Hathaway, right? So that's just some of the top 10 holdings within the S&P 500, right? And again, it has 500 companies within it. So what is a tweezer pattern? A tweezer pattern is when two candles appear back to back and it shows a fight between the buyers and the sellers and someone lost. There are two types. We have a tweezer top. This warns price might go down soon, a bearish reversal. Or we have a tweezer bottom, warns the price might go up soon, right? A bullish reversal, right? So whenever we think of bearish reversals, bear down, we think that the market might go down. A bullish reversal, what do bulls have? Bulls have horns. What do those horns do? Point up, right? So we think that the market might go up. Hey, I learned this from the old white guy, so it stuck. So I'm going to, what I learned, you're going to learn type shit. So bullish reversals, what do bulls have? Bulls have horns. What do those horns do? Point up, right? So we think the market is going to go up. So tweezer top, right? So price might drop. So imagine it like this. The first candle opens green. Buyers push SPY, S&P 500, the top 500 companies, right, within the New York Stock Exchange. And it opens strong, up strong, right? The next candle is red. It goes up the same as, The next candle is red. It goes up the same to the same high as the green candle, but the sellers push it down hard. Both candles have the same height, right? Same high. This is why it's called the tweezer top. It is like the tips of the tweezers touching. What it means is that the market is saying buyers tried to push it higher twice, but it couldn't. The sellers took over now. Example, the first candle opens at 500 and it closes at 505, right? The next candle opens at 505, then it closes up, then it goes up to 507, same as the top before, then it closes at 502. That matching the 507 shows resistance, right? And this is a signal that it might fall. Option traders use it as a signal. I see a tweezer top near resistance. I'll buy puts on SPY because price might drop soon. So remember, we're talking about our resistance and support, right? So support is the ceiling, is a floor. It is the absolute bottom that the price could break through, right? So we can have our support being 500. If it breaks through support, that means that the price went to 499, 498, right? Resistance is the roof, right? This is the highest that we've seen the price go. So let's say our roof is 507, right? So if it breaks 507, goes to 508, right? Now we just broke, resistance, and now it's going to be time to sell. When we break support, this is time to buy. When you break resistance, it's time to sell, right? Buy low, sell high. Perfect. All right. The tweezer bottom, price might rise. The first candle is red. Sellers pushed it down hard. The next candle is green. It goes down the same low as the red candle, but then the buyers pushed it back up. Both candles have the same bottom, the low. That's your tweezer bottom. What this means, it says that, okay, the sellers tried to push it lower twice but failed. Then the buyer stepped in, right? An example, the first candle opened at 505, then it closed at 495. The next candle opened at 495, then it drops to 493, the same bottom as before, but then it closes at 498. The shared low of 493 shows the support. The price might bounce. So traders are going to use and say, okay, that's a tweezer bottom. Buyers are fighting back. I'll buy a call on SPY because the price might rise. So tweezer top, a green to red, price might go down. We're going to be buying a put. A tweezer bottom, red to green, price might go up, and we're going to be buying a call. All right. A little bonus tip here. Tweezer patterns are stronger when they appear at the end of a big move, a uptrend or a downtrend, near support or resistance zone, or with volume spike confirming that the change in control. So let me show you an example of the S&P 500 on a actual chart, right? So I'm using TradingView. And TradingView, we're going to be looking at 1 minute charts. How you can see is this 1 minute. And we can go from 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 30, 45. We can go to hours. We can go to days. We can go to weeklies. We can go to months, so on and so forth, right? We can also go sub-second, right? But I want to keep it at 1 minute. So what does that mean? That each one of these candles represents 1 minute of action between the buyers and the sellers, right? Remember, our green candle lets us know that the buyers are in control. This is a bearish movement, right? The red candle lets us know that the sellers are in control, and this is bullish. I am so sorry. This is a bullish movement, and the red candle lets us know that this is a bearish movement, right? So let's see if we can find a tweezer. There's like a couple, but not really. So I'm not even gonna waste your time. I mean, we could call that one, or right here, red to green, green to red, right? And we see what happened here. So yeah, okay. That's what I'm going to do. So we kind of have a tweezer here, right? So we have the green to red, right? So that upward momentum is coming, right? So our strategy, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be, matter of fact, let's go. So I'm going to go to cursor. Let me go ahead and just bring the strategy out. We're going to create a new folder. We're going to call it twinning baby. Twin baby. We're going to call it twin baby. Then we're going to open it up. And again, I'm using cursor. With inside cursor, you could use its own AI, but I don't like to use it. I'm going to be using Claude Code, and Claude Code is via Anthropic. So what I need to do is go get the actual shit. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Here's the strategy. Let me go grab it real quick. Beautiful. So what I want to do, I'm going to open up Claude Code. And then remember, for Claude Code, that's via Anthropic. So I'm going to be using Claude Code in order to have it explain the strategy, like really break it down. Not only use 4.5, I've seen a lot of success being able to use 4.5. So I'm using Claude 4.5 with inside Claude Code, and Claude Code with its inside cursor. Now cursor is our code editor. This is where we're going to be writing the code, right? This is where our AI Claude Code, right? Claude 4.5 Sonnet is going to be helping us write the code, right? Everybody got it? Perfect. Let's keep going. So what I'm going to do, so before I even introduce the strategy to it, what I like to do with every new session is being able to prep it, right? So what I'm going to say is that, all right, what do you know about option trading strategies for algo traders? That's awfully big, fam. All right, let's a bit more accommodable, yeah? All right. I know several algorithmic option trading strategies: volatility based, Greek based, statistical based, market making. One of these days, I'm going to create one of our strategies with Claude, but normally I create our strategies with ChatGPT. And then once I have our strategies with ChatGPT, then I bring it over to Claude to like really flesh it out. Quantitative approaches, risk management. Most algo traders focus on high frequency market making, volatility arbitrage, or systematic directional strategies with options for leverage and defined risk. All right, so it has a preface. So review our current algo strategy. Spelling really doesn't matter. Algo strategy for an option trading for algo strategy. Then explain it to us like we are 12 so we can understand what is going on before we run it and get a idea of how it performed in 24 and 23. So This strategy is in a back test. What is a back test? A back test is being able to take your strategy, throw it in a time machine, and see how well it performs in 2024 and 23. If it does well in the past, there's a high likelihood that it'll do well in the future, but there's no guarantee. So that's what we'll do, right? So our process is being able to create a strategy. Once we have that strategy, back test said strategy. Then once it's been back tested and it passes, right, then we go to paper trading. So here's our strategy. So imagine you're watching SPY. SPY is the S&P 500, the top 500 companies within the New York Stock Exchange, a stock that tracks the S&P 500, right? All day long for a special pattern called tweezers, right? When the stock tries to go high twice and fails, or tries to go low twice and bounces. The setup, we start with $100. All of our strategies start with $100, but let me back all the way to fuck up because I forgot. This is not financial advice. If you do seek financial advice, make sure that you talk to a CFP, a licensed financial advisor, or those that are licensed in order to assist you with your financial advice. This is merely educational. All right. So all of our strategies start with $100 because we want to be able to dispel the notion that you need thousands of dollars in order to invest in options. You don't, right? So we're starting with $100 unless you're told otherwise. And we only trade 0 DTE options, right? These are options that expire the same day, super risky and can move fast. We watch the market between 9:32 and 11:44 for your signal. So we don't trade the first 2 minutes and we're done trading before the afternoon, right? So the pattern, the tweezer top, when SPY hits almost the same high twice in a row, then drops by a put, bet is going to keep going down. The tweezer bottom is when SPY hits the same low twice in a row, then rises by a call. We're going to bet that it's going to keep going up. Right? How you trade, you wait for the pattern to confirm. You need it to move at least 0.12% for the expected direction. You buy the option, and the deltas between 0.15 and 0.75, not too risky or not too safe. So what delta is telling us when it comes to Greeks and options, right? Delta is going to tell us one or two things. Probability of profit, right? So what we're saying when it comes to the delta of 0.5, 0.15 and 0.75, we're saying that this option could expire within the money. We have a 15% chance or a 75% chance, right, of being able to expire in the money. And we all know when we expire in the money, that's when you start making money for options. Or delta is going to let you know in relation to the stock price movement, how is the option contract going to move? For an example, if the stock price were to move $1, a delta of 0.15 is going to move $15 because for every one option contract is 100 shares. You got it? Perfect. Let's keep going. The cost is going to be between 5 cents and $200 because we all know that there's 100 shares in one option contract. When we exit when we take profit if it goes up 60%, 40%, or 25%. We cut our losses if it drops 30%, and we only hold it for 10 minutes, right? And we close it after 10 minutes no matter what. Now, I know you may be saying to yourself, okay, you're only trading for 10 minutes, right? And you're looking for something very specific, but watch me, follow me, don't follow me, right? Trust me, just watch me. If you do have any questions, just let me know and I'll stop to be able to answer it. So let's get going. The money management, if the account is less than $500, we're going to risk 90% of the account. That's where we're in aggressive growth mode. If the account goes from 500 to 1,000, we're going to risk 60% of the account. And if it's greater than 1,000, we're going to risk 30% of the account, right? Performance, right now, the script is set up to run on 2023. We could change it to 2024, but I'm just going to run it on 23 so you can see how well it performs, right? So we're starting with $100. We're going to run it on 2023 for a back test. What is a back test? A back test is being able to take our strategy, drop it in a particular year, and seeing how well it performs, right? If it performed well in the past, then there's a high likelihood that it'll perform well in the future, right? So I should have had this open before. This is so not good camera time, but that is okay. Perfect. I'm going to say run. Here's our back test. We're going to run our back test. Now give it a second because this is his first time actually running. While the back test is loading, fam, I really do appreciate y'all coming. If you do have any questions while the back test is loading, you can let me know and I will do my best to be able to assist thee. All right, the back test is loading. So what it's doing, Again, we talked about the parameters, so we already know what that is, right? It's loading 10 million rows of data. So you try to do something 10 million times and tell me how long that takes you. So be a little patient with us, and as soon as the back test loads, we'll be able to go through it. I can give color commentary, the whole nine. All right, it is loading the data, and here we go. And it's loading, then it's filtering for 0 DTE. All right, here we go. So as you see, we're starting with the $100 growth mode, and we're going to see how well the strategy performs. We're at 300, 400. So I'm just going to allow it to keep going, right? So what the strategy is doing, it's finding positions, and once it finds a position, it's going to say, okay, you know what? I can hit profit target in 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Once I see one that is worth looking at, I'll pull it to the side, and we can actually go through it step by step to see how it works. So I'm going to allow it to go. Oh, it just crossed 1,000. So let's pick that trade. So let's look at this particular trade here, right? And I think this will be a good one to be able to look at. So let's look at this trade. And before I go, let's just look where our strategy is at right now. It's at 1,300. So I'm going to come over here, and let's just break down this trade real quick. I love it that it's 11.11. So a tweezer bottom. Remember, tweezer bottom, we're bullish. We think that the market is going to go up, right? We're looking at 2 consecutive lows that happen and then a high, right? So we bought a call. This call was a 441 call. That was the strike price. And the delta was 32.3, right? That's interesting. So it's a 32% chance that this option was going to be profitable. We bought it at $75. So this is the take profit. If it takes profit 1, it needs to go to 120, 105 for 40, and $94 for 25. And our stop loss is $52. So if the 75 drops to 52, get us out the position. That's what this stop loss is saying. So the cost per contract is 75. We bought 7 contracts. So this cost us $525, right? About 53% of the account. The account at the time was at $983.06, and it started at $100, right? So as soon as the position opened, we opened the position at 10.11, and this is a back test. We're dropping it in 2023 and seeing how well it performed. So we opened the position at 10:11 a.m. At 10:12, it went up 4%. Then it went up 16, 18, 2%. Then it dropped down, right, to negative 8.5%. Then it went up, then to 4.7, 11.3, 50.3. Then we finally exited it after 24%, right? We held it for the full 10 minutes. We made $121. The new balance is $1,021, right? So we were able to hold the position for 10 minutes. We made 124%, right? And within that 10 minutes. So I think that's not bad, right? So let's go ahead and flip back to our strategy and see how well that's doing. So when we last levered, remember, it was at $1,100, right? Or 800, 983. So I know 1,000, 1104.36. So I was right. So right now it's at 6,100. Right, so right now it's oscillating between like 68 and 73. We're in October right now, so I'm trying to see. So what do you think? Is it going to cross 1,000 or 10,000? I'm sorry, already been crossed 1,000. So this is what the backtest is doing. We're trying to see how well it's going to perform within 2023, and right now I think it's performing quite well, right? But the only thing is we're giving back too much money. That's just what I'm noticing right now. What are you noticing within the backtest? Right, because everybody sees something different. But what I'm seeing is that it gave back way too much money. We peaked at damn near 80, 81, 82. Right now we're at 67. Okay, there we go. We're back in 8,000. So let's see where it ends. We're at 80, 9,600 right now. Can we cross 10? So this is still astonishing to me, right? Starting at $100 and being able, it peaked at 11. We finished and 8,824.62. We had 202 trades across 360 days, 202 trades, right? Our Sharp ratio is 0.26, so that could be a hell of a lot better. Our max drawdown is 38%. That's really good, matter of fact. So what a drawdown is letting you know, I'm going to use $100 as an example, but the drawdown could have happened anywhere within this back test. But just to give you a clean example, so let's say we're at $100, right? And that's our starting balance. A drawdown is letting you know that at one point in time, the strategy dropped down. What is that? $62, right? Then it was able to rally to 8,000. That's not that bad, right? So it dropped down to 62, then it was able to rally to 8,000. The average drawdown was $11.97. There was 202 trades. Our win rate is 57%. So just, it's a coin flip right now. But for 57% for 202 trades, the reason I'm going to allow this one to pass, but there's a bit of a difference here, right? Our best trade is $918. Our worst trade is $1,000. So that's a bit of a discrepancy. I want to figure out why and what happened there. Our profit factor is 1.5, meaning that for every dollar that we lose, we're making $1.50. Our average hold time is 7 minutes and 7:43, and our average rate of return is 108%. So that's not bad, not bad at all. So let's go ahead and bring this over to Claude. Perfect. Here's 23. And then I also want to run it on 24. So what I'm going to do, go to the code. So this is our backtest file that we created in another video. So I'm not going to bore you with being able to go over it again. So I'm going to link the video in the bio so you can see how we created the strategy from start to finish, because this was kind of dope making this particular strategy. So have 23. Let me load up 24. Then what I'm going to do is just go ahead and go back to our whiteboard and take note real quick. All right, it is loading 2024. We're about to run it for the full year. So let's just go back to our whiteboard and then take notes. So what I'm going to do is say 2023 backtest V1. This is our baseline, right? New high. What was that? 8. That's why I left it right here. Let me just bring all of this. Perfect. 202 trades. Final balance was $8,824.62. That return is crazy. That P&L is crazy. I should just put, yeah, I know. All right, now we're running on 2024. So let's go ahead and go back here, and 24 should be running. It is running. You don't need to see that. So 24 is running. Where are we at right now? Oh, it just started. No, it's in February. We're at $131. So let's see how this one performs. Remember, for 23, we were at $8,824.62. Now, do you want to take the over or under for where 24 is going to go? Because I believe in my strat. You feel me? You see that, right? If we can't afford it, we don't buy it. So that's the one thing I love about these back tests that we make. We make them super realistic, right? So we don't guess. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. So you're seeing here that the strategies went through multiple periods of being able to, okay, can't afford it. It's oscillating right now between like 125 and like 202. I know that's a large range, but the strategy is fighting to stay alive, right? It's fighting to survive right now. And it's in May. So it's at 188. So let's see if there's a turn, right? So let's see if we see some kind of upward momentum happen. Because what I'm noticing, because I may tweak, maybe we'll tweak something here and there, but just based off what I see right now, I think the strategy is ready to ship. So you see it just crossed 400. It's at 300. It says cross 4. So let's wait. I want to pull a trade from here too, so we can go over that. So I'm going to wait to see if I can, oh, just cross 1,000. That was crazy. So you see how the strategy was struggling to be able to make it across. Now you're taking my, okay, it's struggling to be able to make it across 200, 300, right? Now it just eclipsed 1,100 like it was nothing. So that's what I really love about being able to algo trade, right? Because we're taking the emotions out of trading. We're allowing the strategy to be able to do what it does best, and that's go ahead and go make us some money. Just cross 2,000 like it was nothing. So I'm going to find another. Okay, I found one for 200. Let me take this trade. Let me take this trade, and let's go over this trade. And this is for 2024. And where we left the strategy is at 3,700 right now. So let's review this trade real quick, and then we'll come back to the strategy. So this was a tweezer bottom. Again, that's just kind of ironic. That's crazy. Again, tweezer bottom, we're bullish on the market. We think it's going to go up. That's why we bought a call. We bought a call at 544. We had a 36% chance of this being able to be expired in the money, right? The entry price, we bought it at $77. And this is our take profit ranges. Our stop loss is $54. And the cost per contract was 77. We bought 9 of them things for $693, right? So tweezer bottom, as soon as it opened at 11:27. Oh, this is kind of late because it's finished at 11:44. So late market. So as soon as it opened, we're down. Then it goes up, and then it balloons to 34%. So that's take profit 3. This happened in 6 minutes. We're able to make $232.46, right? So we're able to profit 134% within 6 minutes of the strategy. And that's what we're doing right now. We're training the strategy. This is crazy, y'all. Hold on. Let me go back here so y'all can see this. Remember when the strategy was struggling, bruh, to be able to make it past $100? Look where it finished. 16,000. That's crazy. That's crazy. So what I'm going to say is backtest V1 baseline 2024. Boom. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. All right, so let's go ahead and get this over to Claude Code so we can actually review this now, and they can have a baseline of the strategy. And I'm going to come back and review it with y'all real quick, but I just want to get this information over to them. I'm completely anthropomorphizing. I know, but you'll be all right. All right. So let me close this so you can actually see what I'm typing. So we ran the back test on 2023 and 2024. Use grep and awk. Grep and awk are just different search commands that you can use within any code editor that allows you to quickly search a file without having to read all of it. Grep terminal commands to understand and gain baseline of strategies performance. All right, so while it's doing that, let's go look at 2024. 188 trades, so just less than our 2023. 2023 had 202, but it made less money. That's crazy. 2024 had less trades, and it almost doubled. That is double the money, right? So let's look at our win rate. Sharp ratio could be a lot better. Max drawdown is a lot higher, right? 60% as compared to 38. So I guess there's a trade-off, right? For a higher return, you're going to need to be able to surf a little bit more, right? So the strategy went from $100 all the way down to 40, right? How are you going to stomach that, right? From 100 all the way down to 40. Are you going to hit exit? Are you going to miss out on the 16,000? Or are you just going to let it go? So that's what I love about being able to we're going to take our emotions out of it, right? Average was about $17. Win rate is a little better, or it's about the same, maybe a percentage point better. The win rate is 58%. Best trade, so this is better. So you see how here best trade was 918, worst trade was 1017. Best trade 3800. Worst trade, damn near we could double that, right? And we're still good. Worst trade was 1600, but still, that's still 1600 that you lost, right? So still. Average hold time 7 minutes. Profit factor is a lot better. So for every dollar we lost, we're making 248. We are sliding. So let's let Claude Code to being able to get reference point. Oh, yeah, my fault. I got to remember when I toggle these arrows. So now we should be Gucci. So what it's doing right now, it's reading the trades, it's getting its baseline. It's going to say, oh my goodness, this strategy is a performer. It's a hit. Let's see what it says. All right, 2023, we went through all this. Average hold time, we went through this. Tweezer top, 99 trades, 61% win rate. Tweezer bottom, 58% win rate. Okay, 65, 57, that's a little better. What's working? 2024 performance doubled 2023. right? Tweezer bottom performance slightly improved in 2024. Average trade profit up to 69% year over year. Consistent 60% win rate for both years. I mean, it's 58%, but all right, round up 2 points. I told you the drawdown increased. So I told you that was one thing that I was looking at. And I was like, oh, the worst trade is bigger. December was explosive, almost $9,100 in profit, 56% of the yearly gains alone just in December. So monthly consistency, 2023 profitable 10 out of 12 months. February and April were negative. That's when we struggled, the $100, $100. Right. 2024, 10 out of 12 months profitable. March and January. March was negative. January was break even. So best months December and then September. So bottom line, the strategy works, improving over time, but relies heavily on the dynamic risk sizing to compound gains. The Tweezer top is your bread and butter. So what we have here is a strategy that's ready to go, fam. Now what we need to do is actually create the bot. So what I need is I need to bring over the information that I need in order to create said bot. So I have an instruction manual, right? Because this is our 12th one, our 11th one. Right, so this is all the bots that we've had created here with you all. So this is the 10th, 11th one. No, that's wrong. This is 10. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. I forgot to put the easy reader. I just made easy reader here with y'all last Sunday. But nonetheless, we're going to create our 11th bot here. So I decided to make a little architecture guide. If you want this, go ahead and drop in the comment code with the fire emoji, and I'll go ahead and share it with y'all. And it's how we create a bot from start to finish. And I think since I was doing it over and over again, I was like, you know what? It's best to be able to create a manual. So what I'm going to do is copy this and bring you over. What I also need to bring over is a little bit more instructions. So we're using IBKR in order to paper trade and live trade. So these are instructions on how to create it with IBKR. So I'm going to make this like super redundant proof, bruh. The connection manager I need to bring, but what I also need to bring, this is SPY. But you know who I love? Use as a reference is our sniper bot. Because that, where are you? Scaling sprinter. My fault. I should know this, right? Scaling up. Oh, it's QQQ. My fault. Sniper's right there. So here's the sniper bot as your reference. Let's go ahead and paste it here. Also need to go grab alpaca. Let's go ahead and paste that here. What else do I need to grab? That's pretty much it. Oh, the connection manager. And y'all going to see what I'm going to do. All right. Beautiful. Just copy that path. All right. Scroll down. Perfect. We are now ready to create the Algo trading bot for this strat. Here is the connection manager. More on this in a bit. Read. And then here is the bot reference code to review as well. Then let's discuss how we can create twinning. Is that how you spelled? Yep, twinning bot.py based off this strategy. All right, perfect. Like another 10 or 15 minutes, we'll be done. The video will be under an hour. I promise you, we're in and out this thing. Yes, Bob, I heard you, bruh. So we're going to be in and out this thing. I'm telling you, under an hour. Perfect. Well, at least I hope. I mean, if I do take a little bit, I'm gonna take some liberties, right? But nonetheless, we are going to be in and out this thing because we already have our strategy. It's already back tested. It's already validated. It's ready to go. What we just need to do right now is create the bot that I'm going to be actually Oh yeah, tomorrow's my YouTube day, so I'm going to be paper testing it here live tomorrow, which is November the 12th. I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but I'm going to be paper testing this live tomorrow. I'm going to be paper testing 11 bots simultaneously, so that'll be dope. And I also have an AI agent that I need to finish tomorrow as well. I kind of started it today, but I want to finish that with y'all tomorrow while I'm creating the or while paper trading. Twinning, all right. Tweezer patterns, none. A little bit wider. Okay, we know that. We know that. Twinning bot. You got the config. You got the position. Okay. Oh, you know what? Also, what I need? I want to create a change log. Now, what a change log is, whenever we change something, right? It is what it sounds like. Whenever we change something, I want to document it and put it here. And what I also need to create is a trading journal.md. And we're going to put our paper trade information here. We're going to have a log as well, but I like to be able to keep a journal of the activity from the trades here. Nice little neat journal. All right, perfect. Now I have all the docs. Okay. First, we need to reserve. Okay, perfect. Twinning. Okay, 1700. And I know that's already taken, because you know how I know that's already taken. That's penny for you, bruh. So that's going to need to be 21 through 21.99. All right. So that's penny for you. Then we're going to create the configs. Spy now QQQ. Backtest results. Okay, scaling. All right, perfect. All right, perfect. Only thing, do not replace or remove any of our current bots that is configured in the connection manager. Believe that twinning is going to be 2100 through 21.99. Double check. Either than that, let's get this done. Whoa. All right, and we're practically done with our bot here. This is kind of the fastest that I ever made it. I am not going to hold you. Like, it normally takes me like 90 minutes in order to create a bot or go from strategy. Okay, I was right. So it's 21 to 21.99. Perfect. Oh, you know what I should do right now? Let me go ahead and get IBKR open real quick so I can test it. I can't test it if it's not open, right? Oh, you know what I was supposed to do too? But it knows. Because we get our option data from theta data. But it knows. It knows. Is that an assumption? No. I showed it a reference file. That reference file had everything that it needed, fam. All right, here's IBKR. I'm just loading IBKR up real quick. So when I'm ready to run the bot and actually test it, IBKR is already up. You see me? Oh, I mean, while we're waiting, I don't know if y'all can see this down here. Oh, that's crazy. As soon as I flip over, but we had what 20 some odd trades today just from paper testing. All this activity down here, right? That's just from today, fam. All this down here just from today. But we're gonna go through that. But again, it just finished with some code, so I want to look at it real quick just to see what is doing. A twinning live trading bot configuration, 0 DTE, same day option expiration. Strategy is a 2-bar tweezer pattern, top and bottom with confirmation moves validated backtest 2024 and 2023. The key features. All right, beautiful. I don't know why you're spazzing like that. All right, back-tested information. We're going to be in paper mode until we're validated. Everybody starts at 100. That's our paper trading account. Every paper trading account is going to have $1 million, but we needed a way to be able to mitigate it. So that's why each one has its own position file too. And I know I'm bouncing back and forth, but I'm going to go to position, then I'm going to go back to config. It's finishing up the bot right now. This is kind of good. So this is the position. So whenever it closed out of its position, we created a file such that each bot can manage its own position, right? Because it's sharing a portfolio in a sense, right? So we're divvying it up. So this is how the bot is able to manage its position. So every bot, has its own position file that it's able to go through and manage. Let me just make sure the configs are good. All right, proceed. We only trade between 932 and 1144. Signal detection, tweezer patterns, option selection, 0 DTE only, wider than most bots, deeper in the money, premium. Okay, perfect. Max hold time 10 minutes. Force exit, perfect. We have our commission information. Yep, I want you to log everything. All right, beautiful. Perfect. So let me go ahead and close those two out. And it's finishing up our bot right now. Oh, you know what I should do? Let me just open up a terminal too, because we normally run the bots in terminals. Let me go ahead and open one up, gang. So I got the terminal open. Let me get in the folder. So by the time the bot is ready to run, we already have IBKR that's up and running. That's why I love using a little coding assistant, because it can work and I can work, and then I can check its work. All right, so this is our terminal that we're going to be running the bot out of. So as soon as the bot is ready, I'm going to be running it out of here. But right now, I'm just waiting for Claude Code to give us the code. I don't know if that's ironic or not, but you can take that joke and run with it. So as soon as it finishes up the code, we'll be done in about another 15 minutes or so, maybe even 10, maybe 5. And there's a couple things that I'm going to add to the bot, right? And I know I promised you some edge. So there's a couple things that I'm going to be adding to the bot to be able to ensure that, all right, whenever we notice something, right, I want to be able to exit a position right away. Yes, it's going to be fully automated. Yes, it's going to be trading by itself, right? It's going to find its position, manage its position, so on and so forth. But there's going to be instances where I'm going to notice something that the bot isn't going to notice, right? It's trained on its particular strategy. So sometimes it gets a little tunnel vision. So that's why I like to be able to add our sell or close commands within there. In addition to being able to add a few more logging feedback so we can see what this bot is doing. I was about to say, bro, I'm running out of shit to talk about. All right, so the bot is ready. Let's go ahead and go to our terminal. We're gonna run it. And the first time loading any bot or running any bot is going to take a few seconds for it to get acclimated. Then after that, it should be running. All right, don't make me look bad. I told you the first time is going to be a little bit, because it has to pull everything in that it needs. But once it gets acclimated to running in the terminal, and this is like legit the first time I'm actually running this bot too. Okay, you make me look bad. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to update the I'm gonna tell you what I forgot to do. There is a config file, and I'm gonna tell you which one it is, homie. This one right here that I forgot to bring over. I should just be able to drop it in. Review, and let's fix error. I just need to change the change this import from, I could have just did it. Bro, I just gave it to you. File is right here, homie. Don't trip, partner. You just need to, you just need to update the import from sniper to oh, that's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do. That's fine. Oh, you're right. So we need to create one for That makes sense because I've been like over indexing on QQQ a lot. So want to make sure SPY gets some love. Okay, so what we can do now, we can come back here. I mean, I kind of wanted. Hold on, fam. Let's clear it so we can get it and just run it. You should be Gucci now. You should be Gucci. And that's what I'm screaming. So let's look at it. We got the strategy information right here. We're nowhere in paper mode. We only run between 932 and 1144. The tweezer tolerance, the confirmation, the delta range, premium, exit rules, backtest validation. Then we have, it's pulling the data from IBKR, Alpaca, and Theta data. It uses Alpaca for the real-time stock prices. IBKR, that's where we paper trade, right? Theta data, that's where, okay, so we need to fix that Theta data information. I don't know why that's tripping. Theta data is where we get our option information from. So I need to figure out why that's big tripping right now. And then, yes, we understand that the market is closed. So you have that indicator there too. So hold on. We have some issues with Theta data, partner. So review the following log. Oh, you know what I forgot to bring in? You need to read this, the Theta data info. That's probably why it's tripping. So everybody has instruction manuals, and that's what I love about it. I take the time to create instruction manuals so when we need it, we can refer to it. Review, and let's fix the Theta data errors and ensure properly working. So while this is running, I'm going to go grab some Algo real quick. I'm going to stop our bot here. That's another thing I need to fix it. It's hanging. All right, I'm going to fix that too. So I'm going to grab some water. I'll be right back. Oh, that's what it was. Oh, connection refused. We retried during trading. This is expected, not critical. You just need to restart the Theta data terminal before trading. Okay. So it's just we're doing it after hours. All right, we're doing it after hours. So besides that, we're Gucci. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're not because look. I said stop. Okay. I need to fix that issue there. So we're almost done. Review the log. It seems that the bot is hanging when it comes to closing out the bot for the day. Let's find the issue and make sure has a graceful shutdown. So what I need to do, let me just close you out because I know you just gonna sit there, open up a new terminal. Good catch. The bot is hanging on shutdown because of the manual control loop. It's blocking the, and I don't know what that is, and not checking the cure request. Let me check that. Found it. The AIN app. I'm going to have it explain that. I don't know what this is. I'm not going to hold you. There's a couple of things that will happen. Like, yo, what is that? Explain what this is. Like, 12. First time seeing it. All right, perfect. What I need, if you're gonna make it easy, okay. Shit. All right, you're not. Just give me a second. So while it waits to explain that, because again, first time seeing that, we're gonna do CD. We're gonna go into the folder. Then how you know we're in the folder, it says twin baby right here. We're going to close it out. We're going to say Python run, and it should run it for us. Let's just make sure we're Gucci them. Oh, I do have one more thing for this. It needs to update our master file with our other bots. All right, any second here, any second. It's not like it's bad for TV or anything. It's not like we're waiting for you or anything. Okay, as soon as you talk some shit. I think it's just because it's after hours. Already talked about that for theta data. Let's go ahead and stop. Bruh, come on. Don't make me look bad. Okay, this is something I can fix on my own. I'll fix that on my own. Don't worry about that. I want to explain this. A input. So think of A input like waiting for your friend to text you back, but in Python code. The regular input versus the A input. The regular input is the blocking friend. Name equals input. What's your name? Print, hi, this is my name. So when you use the regular input, your entire program stops and waits. It's like you ask your friend a question. You just stand there frozen doing nothing. You can't check your phone, play a game, or do anything else. You're completely stuck until they answer. The problem is if you have multiple things to do, like checking if the market is open, monitoring position, etc., you can't do any of that while waiting for the input. The async friend, so the async input from AI console, AN input. This is the command await input. The await input, the magic part. The await I input, A input. I'm just going to say A input is the async version of input. It means that you ask your friend a question while waiting for their answer. You can do other stuff. You can check the messages. You can play the game. You can watch the market. You can monitor positions. Everything keeps running. Why we need it in the bot? Our bot needs to do three things at once. It needs a trading loop. It watches the market. It finds the tweezer positions and open and close. Control the loop. Listen for you to type commands like status, pause, or kill. Daily reset. It resets the counter at the end of the day. And if we use a regular input in the control loop, the entire bot would freeze waiting for you to type something. This means no trading, no monitoring, nothing works. The problem we fixed is that the old code had a bug. The command await input waited forever for you to type. When you hit the control, when you hit control C, it sets kill request to equal true, but the await input is still waiting for you to type something. Oh, that's why this is tripping here. Brad sent it like 3 times. So the bot never checks the kill request and it never exits. It's like your mom saying, we're leaving in 5 minutes, but you're frozen waiting for your friend to text you back, so you never hear her saying and you missed the car. The fix, the new code works perfectly, only waits 1 second for input. And then after 1 second, we need to exit, go back to the chop and kill all the requests. Okay, beautiful. All right, now we need you to add if we type sell, 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 close, close, or close, we exit the position and report P&L. Profit and loss. Bro, this bot is still tripping. I'm going to fix that, but I'm going to do that on whose time? Mine. Because I know yours is valuable, and this is the last part of it. Perfect's already implemented in line 110. The code already has sell and sell in any case. Let me show you how it works. I just wanted to confirm that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, last thing you need to do now is just go ahead and update. All right, perfect. Now let's update with the new bots information so we can keep track in our library. Makeshift, if you would, but still library of bots. All right, folks, this is it. We went ahead and finished. What we're going to do right now is just update this little panel here with the new bots information. But nonetheless, we have finished the work in under an hour. We went from being able to run the back test, see the back test that is closed. I just want to make sure that it's Gucci. See the back test that is closed, right? And now the bot is ready for us to be able to run during paper testing tomorrow. So let me just make sure. Okay, twinning. So you see what it's doing? So it's just adding this new bot here. So perfect. So now we have 11. So that's what's up. So y'all saw us make this bot from start to finish. If you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave a comment. It is your boy Creative. We'll be back with another episode. Oh shit, you wasn't able to see that. I was using the wrong thing. But nonetheless, man, y'all get the